right, hi guys, Mindy Brouse here, CC Foundation Instructor. Today, this video is for a project on Impressionists, okay? This is one of the most popular art movements. Impressionism has fans everywhere. Okay, in the book, CC separated out the three Impressionists, Degas, Morisot, and Monet. I am combining them because we added some other artists to make sure we hit some other movements. So, little outside the box. So, what you're going to do first, tutors, is I will have art taped up in the room, around the room for them to look at. And you will say, hey, we're going to look at three artists today because they're three of the most famous Impressionists. We have Bertha Morisot, a woman, which is super exciting. All right, you can see her pieces. I will have those out. She mostly did women. You can talk about why if you want. You're not going to have a lot of time, so you're not going to necessarily want to spend a whole lot of time on it. And then it will have pronounced of Degas' work. I forgot to bring those downstairs, but you will have more than that. It will be mostly ballet dancers because he's known for that. And again, one of the things I want our students to walk away with is if they see an Impressionist ballet dancer, I want them to ask, is that a Degas? Okay? It may not be, but I want them to connect those dots, okay? And then, of course, we have Monet, who is probably one of the most famous artists ever, and one of the top Impressionists. You will have one of these pieces to look at, all right? And so what you're going to do is you can spread out some of these pieces and ask the students, what do you notice? By now, we will have done Rembrandt, we will have done Audubon, we will have done Seurat, and ask them, how is this different? What's going on here, okay? Is this exactly what a haystack looks like, or a lily pond, or irises, or a woman? No. What do you notice with these brush strokes? All right, you will have pieces that help you zone in. We will be focusing a lot on the lily pads because, of course, he did a lot of ponds, a lot of lily pads, right? And the bridge. You're going to talk about small brush strokes and how he layered the colors. He didn't draw them exactly like Rembrandt did. This is giving an impression of a pond. It's giving you an impression of lilies. That's why it's called Impressionist. You have an impression, but it's a bunch of colors layered to create this look. All right, it's beautiful, beautiful pieces. I love Impressionism. All right, and so for the project, we will be doing one of Monet's lily pads. I actually zoomed in on one of his pieces because it's really overwhelming to show them a whole piece and try to get them to duplicate that. It's because he's a master artist and we aren't, okay? We're starting, we're learning. Remember, tutors, say the names a lot. Monet, Degas, Morisot. I want you to say those names, okay? I want them to walk away from class with those three names. All right, so you will have these pieces. We're going to do our Impressionist painting, and we're going to do lily ponds. Again, I want to remind you that if a student wants to do wacky wild colors, we're not doing that today. Today we're going to imitate Monet, and he used the actual colors. Now, before you start, ask them to look at this piece and what colors is the water. If they just say blue, say what other colors do you see? Because there is greens and whites and some browns. There's a lot of colors here. Even the lily pads, what color are they? They're not just green. The lily pads are green and white and light green and dark green. The flowers on the lily pads are pink and red and a little bit of orange and white. There's even some yellow, all right? So I want them to notice these colors because it's going to be important. Important part of the Impressionist painting is the colors and layers of colors. So the two things to remember for this project, layers of colors and small brush strokes, more like dabbing, okay? So when I was talking to my friend who's an art teacher, she really encouraged that we do the background first. Each student is going to have a canvas, an 8x10 canvas to do this project and bring home. All right, I'm going to sit down now. All right, so you will have this piece for them to look at. You will have three of these in each class so the students can look as they work, okay? So I'm not going to do an entire project right now. Sorry, let me get my paper again. Keep forgetting to have paper for me. I'm not using canvases for my practice because sometimes I take more than one take to do these videos. All right, so, but the students will each have a canvas. So what you're gonna do first is you're going to do the pond, and then the water, and then they will do the lily pads, and then last, the flowers. Okay, you're gonna walk them through that. You will have a piece of paper if you want to do it with them. You can. For the younger students, you may need to do that and have the moms, the parents work with the kids, or you may need to just do a little bit and then help the kids. You know your students, okay? So you'll do the water first. Each class will have different shades of blues and greens. This is even a light purple. You'll have pinks and reds. You'll have all the colors that you're going to be using on this ready in the classroom, okay? We're going to be sharing these. So don't rinse them out after each class. We'll just add more paint as we go along, okay? All right, so you're going to start. And again, remember, dabbing. So when we did this with the other students practicing, we talked about these short brush strokes. If they start painting like this, you stop them. Say, nope, short brush strokes, short brush strokes. Keep saying that. Monet used short brush strokes. It's going to be kind of like one of the strands. Say it again and again, short sentences. This is the 5-year-old's work. She did great, right? The 8-year-old actually had a little bit of a harder time. You can tell some of the students that have perfectionist tendencies, she had a hard time. And so I learned after I practiced these to really work to provide more colors, all right? So they're going to dab. Whoops, somehow I got pink in there. Oh, it's from the other project when I was mixing the colors. All right, you'll have brushes and water. It's gonna be messy. We're gonna just embrace it. All right, they're just gonna dab short brush strokes. They don't necessarily have to do it like this, but for the younger students, I would probably just have them do that. The reason is because younger students are going to want to paint. They're just going to want to keep going if they start brush stroking. The older students can do their brush strokes. Okay. Can you see these brush strokes? Yeah. All right, because I don't want the video to be as long as class will be, I'm going to just do some of the blue right here. I won't do the whole paper. But you're going to walk them through. Do all of the blues. Tell them to choose one color. Short brush strokes to fill the paper. Okay, and then to choose a different blue. Okay, like this one. We're going to add some short brush, whoops, of this color. Can you see the different colors of the blue? Yeah? All right, and then I have a light purple. Nope, that's the dark one. I'm gonna do just add some of the purple to the water. Okay. So after they fill up the whole paper with the blues is when they will go back and add their lily pads. Okay. So they're going to start, they'll have more than one shade of green, and they'll decide where do they want their lily pads, okay? So let's pretend this is the bottom part of my piece, and I'm going to add a couple of lily pads. I'm going to do dab, dab, short brush stroke. Okay. Now I'm going to add, I like the white. Oops, I forgot to put some white up. So I'm going to add a little bit of white. Oh, good. You just dab, 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 dab. I will be checking in the classrooms, and if I need to help rinse or things like that, I'll do that, okay? I'll be coming around helping you guys, checking on things. Remember to have your parents help. This is a project for the students, not the parents. Also remember to not have the students take over and tell the students where to put their pen and where to put their flower. This is the students' art. We want them to own it. We want them to feel a part of it, not the parents. All right, now I'm gonna add one of my flowers. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, dab, dab. I'm gonna do a little tip of white. Okay, So here we have some Impressionist style painting. All right, I didn't do the whole piece to save time, but let's pretend if this was the work, okay? All right, the students are gonna love it. I think, were you able to get it? Okay, I think they'll really enjoy this. Again, they'll have a canvas to take home. First thing, forgot to say, have them write their names on the back, all right? Then after you finish the work, set them around in certain areas of the class, separate from everyone else, all right? Thanks, guys. This is our Impressionist.